Here are the top 10 global car sales rankings for 2024. Among these 10 cars, all 4 of them have versions equipped with CVT transmissions. And these are the top 10 Japanese car market sales rankings in 2024. In addition to Alpha, Coefficient, and Prius, the remaining models all use a CVT transmission. So here's the problem. Why is it that the CVT gearbox that everyone calls at home can thrive in the global market? After all, foreigners don't understand cars. Or are the Chinese too smart? The story begins with 2 carrots. This is the basic operating logic of a CVT transmission. Its core components are 2 wheel sets and a steel belt. When the steel belt keeps changing positions between the chase and wheel sets, the transmission pen will change accordingly. Therefore, the power of the engine is transmitted to the wheels, because there is no gear between knee and therefore it is also called a stepless transmission. In theory, this gearbox is the perfect solution in the eyes of engineers, because the number of parts is only at 1/3 of the gearbox. Compact size allows for a larger interior space. At the same time, it will not produce gear shifts and setbacks in the process of adjusting the transmission pen. Comfort is better than a gearbox and dual clutch gearbox, but the ideal is AC. There is only a reality, judging from the complaints on domestic websites. The failure rate of a CVT is even higher than that of a dual clutch transmission. The main problem consists of 2 aspects. The steel belt and the cone wheel are made of metal, although there is transmission oil as a lubricant, but it will still wear out over time during the operation of the CVT transmission. Steel belt friction cone wheel will produce a lot of metal debris. The bigger the torque, the more debris. Over time, these debris will accumulate in the transmission fluid. The lubrication effect is reduced. Therefore, the friction performance of the steel belt and the drop wheel is reduced. Finally, it leads to skidding. Second, the friction coefficient of the CVT transmission is very large. If you drive intensely for a long time, will cause the temperature of the transmission fluid to rise rapidly. This triggers overheating protection. In conclusion, the oil change cycle of a CVT transmission is shorter than that of other transmissions. At the same time, it is necessary to ensure the cleanliness and lubrication ability of the oil. So here's the problem. Is the CVT transmission inherently unsuitable for intense driving? Well, it's not. In the 1990s, the Williams F1 team and DF jointly developed a CVT transmission for racing. Not only can it withstand 1,000 horsepower, and it can continue to maintain the engine at a high speed. This allows the maximum torque to be released at any time. Finally, in 1993, the Williams team won 10 races with this transmission. He also set a record for the fastest lap in a decade. Therefore, in the following year, the F1 organizing committee banned the use of CVT transmissions in any competing models. Therefore, the CVT gearbox is not a natural solved persimmon, without considering the lifespan. Its transmission efficiency is much higher than that of other gear. However, in a domestic car companies will still consider how to cleverly protect CVT transmissions. For example, Toyota's K120 is equipped with 2 traditional structures. One is a traditional CVT transmission. The other set is a low-speed starting gear. When you start, the gears are stressed first. After the speed is up, it is transmitted to the steel belt by clutch. This way, the high torque at the start can be avoided from directly acting on the CVT transmission. So, back to the original question. Why do people not like CVT? To foreign sales password. At present, the most easily broken scene of CVT gearbox is known: Bigfoot, accelerator, Bigfoot, brake, another one. The traffic accident mortality rate in China is 25 times that of Japan. At the same time, the violation rate is also at a high level globally. That CVT gearbox love bad, in the end, is the wheel group problem or the steel belt problem.